So this episode, I'm literally on my way to the doctor's appointment. I think this is like one of many. I don't know if this was the first doctor's appointment, but it's one of the doctor's appointments that I had to go through for pre-transplant before I get on the list. So hopefully you guys tune in. I'll see you on the other side. See ya.
We spend quality time together.
Quality time, Mom. We're gonna be late.
We ain't gonna be late.
You drive like Danny sometimes.
That's all right. You need to drive like us sometimes.
I know that was gonna be
It's
late.
a damn shame. Maurice couldn't get no damn sleep on the way coming in.
Well, that's his fault.
So we're talking about, basically we're just going through an introduction. And I didn't realize how sick I look. Like, oh my God. And what the hell is going on with my hair? Son, like, gots to be more careful. That's all I got to say. That you just got to be, just gots to be more careful. Like, son, come on. Why are you looking like
You can go ahead and tell me the dream.
Oh, it wasn't nothing harmful.
But I believe this was just the introduction of me just saying, all the problems that I've I've had and have persisted. So let's continue. Let's see where it takes us. Just looking at how bad I actually look, I didn't realize how sick I was, and looking at some of these pictures until I really looked at how bad I look, and I'm just like, why didn't anybody tell me? I mean, I really looked sick back then, really bad, and I mean, I look good now, but this particular one, we were going to go see the doctor. I was meeting my surgeon for the first time, the original surgeon that was supposed to do my transplant. And unfortunately, my time of transplant, I was told that this doctor, Dr. Tector, went to Alabama, and I had met my new surgeon the day of. And as you will see in the progression of the series, that was a damn disaster. Nonetheless, you will see why. And they were taking pictures of my stomach to see how it was. And it was pretty bad. Nah, it wasn't that bad. It got bad, but it wasn't that bad. So that's what this particular episode is. And it's just, meeting the doctor and essentially saying this is what's going to happen and we're good to go.
Give eye contact like you used to anymore.
I don't look at people anymore.
Yeah.
Because the only thing people do when I give them eye contact, they just stare at me. And I'm like, I know what you're staring
Like
at.
this. They used to stare. They said I was hanging down my neck, and they used to stare at it, and I'd do this, and they'll move along with it. So I'd be like, really? Boy, I'm fat.
Oh my gosh, Mom, this is footage that we actually need to use. You can't be like, I'm fat.
Oh, I'm fat. But I'm thick.
Gross.
That's it off of Mary J.
Oh, God. Gabrielle Union is not fat. She's not
Not
thick.
her. Her
Oh.
niece. She said, you got that diabetes and you're real big. And she said, no, I'm thick. I said, no, you're fat.
Oh, God.
We're still in this appointment. It's been dragging on. I think we were 2 hours into it, but this particular scene, she was talking about how I don't give eye contact. And over the last couple of years, I've had to train myself, and I'm still training myself to give eye contact to people. And I stopped doing it years ago because I knew I was starting to get sick. I was getting sicker. I've always been sick. And people would just stare at me, and you can just see them analyzing, I'm just like, please stop staring at me. I know what you're staring at. Yes, I do realize that I look sick because I am. I do realize that my eyes, depending on the day, are rather green or they're yellow. It's like a lime green or yellow. So people would just stare at me, so I stopped giving eye contact. But now that I'm doing a little better, I'm still trying to, I always in the back of my head feel like somebody is like staring at me, or today I look green, today I look, yellow. So, and by yellow, jaundice. I look jaundice. So that's what I mean by that. As far as the Mary J comment, not Mary J Blige, even though, we love Mary J Blige. Shout out to her. But she's talking about BET's being Mary Jane, what Gabrielle Union. And I guess a comment was made, good show, but that's what she was talking about. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So she talked to you about him?
No, Dr.
Oh,
has.
Dr. did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And how are you related to?
I'm his mother.
Okay.
It doesn't look like
We don't look alike, but yeah, I'm his mother.
So he's done well from the biliary atresia for years, right?
Right. What, Dr. Rescrolla?
somewhat.
The surgeon? Yeah.
Somewhat.
Well, most of these kids, they need transplant very soon. When
Yeah,
they're
he told
little.
On
us.
that note, yes.
Yeah, he told us a long time ago, but, as the years went,
We kept kicking the can down the road. And for the last 21 years, I've been in constant pain, constant hell. And every time that it comes to the point where, okay, we're going to give you something, we're going to give you a transplant, we talk about transplant,
Right.
and then it doesn't happen. And then in at least the last 3 years, really the last 3 years, I've been in college.
Right.
And that has been nothing but pure hell.
Right.
And it is costing me a lot of money.
Right.
A lot of money.
Money for what?
I am losing my scholarship, and Purdue is not a
What do you
cheap
do?
institution.
In Purdue? What?
What do I study?
Yeah.
Political science was a concept.
It's crazy how many people do not believe that my mother is my actual biological mother.
And it's just been different.
Like, the only thing that I guess
Yellow one day, and then
resembles me and her are literally these these freckles right here. I have a couple other ones, but they are in unpleasing spots. But yeah, that's it. These two freckles. I think I have one on my nose too. But other than that, nobody ever believes me, and that's my mom. And you see how he says, "Do you live with her?" It's like, yes, I live with my mom. I'm wondering why. I'm pretty sure I'm tired. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah. Like in the video, I'm just like, my head is just cocked over to the left. I'm just like, what am I
I did live
doing?
at Purdue, but
No, not in
Now,
rehab.
had you lived in a rehab facility or anything?
no.
Okay, because we had something that we found in there with drinking.
Excuse me?
Have you ever had a history of drinking?
No.
Okay,
No, we may have missed it.
so we'll double check those.
If that's in my chart, we have
Yeah, so I'll look into
a
those.
problem, don't we? It's not a legal problem, correct?
So I'll look into that. Don't worry.
All right.
Yeah, no, well,
The fact that
so,
a nurse
but,
had
as
warned
part
me
of transplant,
about this, and you'll hear me mention this nurse throughout the series. This black nurse warned me.
Okay.
I don't,
She told me, she said, Tyrese, just make sure you do everything they say. And she said, understand, they're going to try to do things and say things to get you off the list or not put you on it. And I didn't take her serious. I was like, nah, and I was being naive. Nah, and that's not gonna happen, or whatever. But then, just right there, I've been in the hospital literally my entire life.
We get postponed.
At no point have I ever been to rehab, and if I did, or if I was, I mean, that's something that is not, oh yeah, I just went to rehab. That's something that is documented over time. Tyrese, how are you doing with rehab? Or Tyrese, when's your last relapse? Like, those are conversations that start other conversations. And that's never been the case. So when she mentioned, like, rehab, I should have been like, really? No. But when was that put in my chart? And who was the last person that documented that? So we can go find that person. We should have a conversation, because that right there could have been detrimental to me not being on that list. Just saying. And well, it's really not just saying. It's like, no, Tyrese, if you have a history of alcohol, the chances of you getting a liver is slim to none.
And why did you need the second?
Understand that, Tyrese, that you're an African American.
I've had 3 bowel
She said,
obstructions.
You're
First
already
one, they took
you're
out
already from here knocked down to
mountains
here,
of intestine
and that's just
that
reality.
last
And I didn't believe it,
21 years.
but oh,
They
was
brought
it
me
true?
in and took out more
And I learned. Don't get me wrong, I got on the
bowel
list.
obstruction
I got on the
in
list,
2008.
but
Okay.
things got rough. They got worse.
And then, of course, that's the Kasai.
Okay.
Look at that stomach. Like my stomach pre-transplant wasn't all that bad. It was, I had some cuts, but it wasn't that bad. My cut after that transplant, in the words of an IU surgeon, Indiana University health surgeon, sloppy. That's what I was told after my transplant and after I healed and everything, that his colleague did sloppy work. Just to have a colleague say that sentence to me just cements the hell and headache and the neglect that I went through. That stomach was not bad. What I got was a damn travesty. But we'll get to that too. We'll get to that.
We're going to try, I don't know who I have to talk to, but we're also going to try to actually film the operation.
Okay. Ashley will help you with
don't
that.
know
Maybe
what
I can get Michelle involved.
the
and I think she
administration-
can, yeah.
I have to go through.
These guys like this kind of thing too.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan, but
I'll talk to Michelle. I think
I'm
she
gonna
got
be
it.
covered in mask and that, so that's fine.
One thing if I can stress to you most, for the last 21 years, when I look at my stomach, I see a frowny face. I would really not like to see that frowny face.
So if you don't know, shit, I got a damn frowny face on my stomach. And I've kind of always had it. And it used to be just like, I can't really do it now, but just like, nips. And I kind of had like a frown. But then when they went in and did everything, like now I have like the nips. And then like a huge frowny face. So it kind of reminds me of, what's that movie? Despicable Me. Oh, somebody's got a frowny face. Well, shit, I got that all the time. But, they said they were going to fix it. I think they said that. I heard that. And they just made it worse. They just made it worse. Just got to be more careful who you just let cut on you, Damn.
Oh, man,
You might have a nose to that face.
Yes.
But don't they have medicine now where they can make like old scars go away? You know what I mean?
You can see a plastic surgeon for that later on. But I would say
I thought they
That'll
had
be
some
at
strip
least
medicine.
a year
Right.
and a minimum out.
what's important to you is a life-saving operation versus cosmetic.
Definitely,
For
definitely.
me, I mean, you may.
No, for me,
I'm
too.
used to it.
For me,
Right.
for me.
I swim with a shirt on, so again, I'm used to it.
But you can address that in the future.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, as far as I could think, I'll go over the costs and everything, what we're going to do with you. Are
No.
you the liver coordinator?
I'm one of your nurses, or one of the nurses. I wouldn't be with you. Nikki and
that's fine.
Robert would be with you, but cost, all that is going to go with your social work and your finance team, because they're going to be able to talk to you about medications, costs, what your insurance will cover, what they don't cover, what you have out of pocket. So I do medicine, they do money.
Okay. The medicine. I have a bag, a large Ziploc bag full of medicine. And you count the pills individually, it comes up to about, as of last month, it was 17 pills a day.
At one point, I was on, I think, 17 or like upwards to like 20 or 21 like medications a day. Like, ugh, just thinking about it makes me sick. And I forgot all about that. That I took all those pills a day, and it was bad. It's like a meal. After you eat all them pills, like you don't want to eat anything else. So I really want to just jump back in time and be like, sir, this haircut you got, or I did say I needed a haircut. It's not for you. Before you do this filming, go get you a haircut. Don't do this. Don't do this. But we ain't got a time machine, so, I guess. You know what I'm going to say. You got to be more careful.
Early on, you may need to take a little bit more, but it's not going to be 17.
Okay.
You may be taking 4 or 5 pills.
For the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I can so do that. It's just, the pills, they're a lot.
Right.
And they're depressing when you go into the little zip full. It ain't little.
Right.
And you have to
But
take
if you want, we can look at your medicines now and see what we can get rid of some.
I'll have to get them from Paul.
All right.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, I just put in orders to start that stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna print off the rest of this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay, so.
Can you get operative records of the bowel obstructions?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been doing this?
I've been here for 11 years.
You don't even look like it.
Hey, thanks.
So you know your stuff.
They're gonna
I do.
cut
So
on
Dr.
me.
Our chief of transplant. I worked with him, his nurse, and then I also worked.
So I put on a hat because jump back in the future.
Excuse me?
It's coronavirus season, so right now, again, the hair is just not up to par where it should be. It's not my fault. Not my fault. Not my fault at all. I mean, with this hat on, I still look good, you know? Still look good. So, yes, that was the episode. Hope you liked it. The beginning of it, again, going into the appointment, learning who's going to do the procedure, what it kind of entails, but also by the end of it, explaining like, hey, I'm on, almost 24 medications a day. That's a meal. Like, is more medication coming? Is it, just switching off medication? So as you heard, she said, no, it's gonna be less. And for many things that were said that were not done and or not true, a lie, that's one thing that was true. When I had my transplant, medicine went from like 20-something pills a day. It dropped down to, before transplant, I was taking maybe 12-ish, 10 to 12-ish, 9 to 12-ish pills a day. Coming out of transplant, I was on a lot of meds. But like 3 months after, I was on maybe four or five different medications. Still 9 pills because I had to take different milligrams of the same pill. But 6 months, a year out, I was down to like 4 pills a day. I'll take that in a day. So I'm happy about that. And again, that's one thing that was true about the transplant was my medication came down. So I was excited about that. So hope you guys liked the episode. I will see you in the next one.
Hey everyone, it's me, Tyrese. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this latest episode to Journey to Transplant. More episodes are to come, I promise. Please like this, share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget you can catch me on my social media at Instagram, _Tyrese, and Facebook and YouTube at Tyrese McGee. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.